McKenna is so sweet. She is so easygoing.
She's just like a fun person to be around. She's like a little ball of sunshine.
Always very positive and going about it in a productive manner.
Optimistic and excited to begin her final year at Florida State, free swimmer McKenna Keith looked forward to the season to come. Having trained for months, McKenna chose to treat herself to a summer vacation in Germany. But her life soon took an unexpected turn.
When I was on the plane there, I was leaning against the window and I felt a big lump on my neck. I got pretty nervous right away, but it's something I kind of knew in my gut that I should probably get checked out.
Putting aside her fears, McKenna nearly forgot about the lump until she felt it again days later. This time, she finally decided to seek medical attention.
I could see on the screen that there was a huge lump there. It literally looked like an apple, like on the screen. I didn't realize how deep it went. And while she was trying to explain it to me, she said, you know, there's really good therapies and treatments. She didn't know what it was in English. And so we found out it was lymphoma, and then I typed it into Google on my phone, and all I read was lymphoma is a type of cancer. So I didn't really realize how big it was until I Googled it, because I didn't know what she was really saying with the therapies, and what she meant was chemotherapy.
Diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, McKenna was on a flight back to Florida the very next day. She was afraid not only for her health, but for the impact this would have on her swimming, her schoolwork, and her teammates.
So it was really hard not having her at practice. She was in sprint group with me last year, and we'd always be in our lane together, and we'd always just be joking and having fun, and not having her there, it was so hard. It was like a piece of you missing, kinda.
It was definitely hard at first, just because, you know, you go from doing 2-3 practices a day, having class, being with my teammates, to just nothing, like absolutely nothing.
Though shaken by the situation, McKenna wanted things to remain as normal as possible.
I can remember we were sitting in a circle around her when she was getting the chemo, and she was in the patient chair, and they started pushing her meds through her port, and as soon as they started pushing them, she was just like, so, like, yeah. how's life? How you doing? Like, what's up? I mean, who do you see smile when they're getting chemo, you know? It's just crazy.
Donning purple for Hodgkin's lymphoma, FSU's Women in Leadership Development Program, also known as WILD, expressed their support for their fellow member.
I think it was really neat to see the way the girls responded whenever we had the WILD meeting. We all dressed in purple. I had this obnoxious purple wig. We had purple hairspray, and then we decorated everything in purple.
In WILD, we always talk about being vulnerable and sharing our feelings. And I think McKenna really enjoyed that, and we all surrounded around her to give her hope and support.
And when 2018 drew to a close, happily, so did McKenna's battle. In January of 2019, McKenna Keith officially returned to the water, cancer-free.
There's a fight to her that is inspiring, and again, a good example for all of us to live by, that you can choose how you approach something, and she made a very adamant choice of being positive.
It gave me a perspective that I would have never, ever seen if I hadn't had cancer. Just the way I think about things now, it's the little things just don't matter anymore. I think another part of it is just being so grateful for your life, and grateful for every single day, every single thing you're allowed to do. I'm not happy it happened to me, but I'm grateful for what it taught me.
I'm Jessica Pastor for Seminole Sports Magazine.